Coming up on MHS1, we take a look at improvements in McKinney High School and MISD.
We give a sneak peek of a new thrill attraction opening up in Collin County.
And we learn about a company that specializes in sweetness.
And it's all coming up on MHS1.
Good morning, McKinney High School. I'm Jacob Judd.
And I'm Jamie Weiss, and you're watching MHS1.
McKinney High has some new policies that are changing our campus. Here's Demetrius White, Nicole Quincy, and Aaron Delgado with more.
MHS administration has been cracking down on the hallways by adding some new rules to the stairs and before school classroom access.
Basically, the first rule is you can't pass the library until after 7:20 in the morning. And the reason we came up with that rule is because we had pockets of students who were hanging out in the halls upstairs unsupervised, and it was a safety issue. So now, until 7:20, you can only go into the cafeteria and then up towards the library. And after 7:20, you can go ahead and come upstairs.
Now the hallways are moving hallways.
That's really kind of always been a rule, but we're actually enforcing it now.
The moving hallways have led to the new change of down-only stairs.
You had students going this way, you had students going this way, you had students going this way, this way, this way, up the stairs and down the stairs. Then you had all these kids from C Hall trying to go this way, and it caused what I like to call the vortex of confusion. And so what happened was you got here and you'd start like going around in circles, and you couldn't go from here to here without getting caught in the vortex of confusion. It's a terrible, terrible mess. So all we had to do was turn this stairwell into down only. It allowed everybody to get out of E-Hall, completely cleared up that congestion, and now students can walk from here to here without the vortex of confusion.
The question is, does this affect students getting to class on time?
No, I'm not late to class, but I do come close to it.
No, I've never had a student come into my class and say they were late because of the new stair policy. I've never heard that once. I haven't heard any complaints. It just makes sense. I've always said that I don't care what the rules are as long as they're consistently enforced, and that's what Mr. Harrington and that's what the administration here at the school are doing now, is they're consistently enforcing these rules that at first might seem unfair to the students, but it's just all about preparing you guys for what you're going to face in the real world.
This has been Nicole Quincy, Demetrius White, and Aaron Delgado reporting for MHS1.
Last Sunday was the 10-year anniversary of the terrorist attack that scared the nation. Sharon Song has more about how the city of McKinney paid tribute.
To commemorate the 10th anniversary of 9/11, McKinney High School's Criminal Justice Club helped set up the 9/11 ceremony hosted by the city of McKinney.
Well, this actually started a couple months ago when McKinney PD asked our kids to be involved. We had been involved in some things with them before, but they knew that we had a criminal justice program and a criminal justice club, so they asked our kids to be a part of the ceremony. So a lot of our kids actually read names of those that perished, while the other kids in the club planted flags.
By the end of the day, they had blisters on their hands from how many flags that they put in the ground. It was, they did a phenomenal job, and I couldn't have asked more from them.
The high school band from McKinney High School performed. The Criminal Justice Club from McKinney High School was really valuable and helped us with the reading of the names. And as each name was read, a member from the club planted an American flag, and by the time we were done the program, we had a flag garden with nearly 3,000 American flags in it. And it was very, very moving and very impressive.
I think the members of my club just did a fantastic job. They worked so hard, and at the end of the day, it was a really nice accomplishment that we took pride in.
This has been Sharon Song reporting for MHS1.
MISD has taken a step forward with technology by creating a mobile app. We turn to Jared Ensley for more.
This year, McKinney ISD has unveiled a new mobile app for students on the go.
One of the things that we're trying to do in communications is to provide as much information as we can to students and parents. And we know that in a lot of cases our parents and our students are using smartphones more than they are probably even their laptops or their desktop computers. 6 months ago we started the initiative to move into mobile applications and create a mobile app that we could unveil this year. There aren't a lot of K-12 apps out there right now, and the ones that are out there aren't very good. And so we actually really studied colleges and university apps. One of the colleges that has a really nice app is the University of Virginia. And when we saw their app and kind of walked through it, we were really impressed and contacted the company that had developed that app, and their name was Willow Tree Apps, and that's who we partnered with for MISD Go.
This new app has many helpful features for parents and students.
You can go into news and download any of the latest press releases. If you see an article or an event that you're interested in, you can easily forward that to somebody else. Now, athletic scores, obviously if you live in Texas, that's a big deal. And then you can see we have a number of other things, everything from a list of fine arts events to a directory of any of the teachers or administrators throughout the district.
Students seem to find the app as a useful tool.
I really don't know what I'd do without it now because, if I get a bad grade, I'm never going to know unless I check it on my MISD Go app.
With positive feedback and over 7,000 downloads, the district hopes to release a new version of MISD Go in the coming months. This has been Jared Ensley reporting for MHS1.
Now here's Mallory Hauser with sports. Thanks, guys. The cross-country team competed at Mesquite on Saturday with 3 runners ranking in the top 5. Representing for the girls, Megan Shea placed 3rd and Tori Newton placed 5th. Representing for the boys, Jacob Judd also placed 5th. In football, the Lions took on the Boyd Broncos on Friday. The Boyd Broncos started out with a 7-0 lead, but the Lions fought back with a 66-yard pass made by Robert Sanborn to T.V. Williams. The Broncos took advantage of Lion turnovers, making the final score 38-28. The Lionette volleyball season has just begun. Here's Andrew Wilson with the story.
Last Tuesday night, the Lionettes volleyball team faced Rockwall. They started out strong with some good passes and spikes, scoring some points for the blue and gold. The girls kept it going with great serves and a lot of effort. But not enough to keep Rockwall at bay. Under the leadership of their new coach, Coach Weibel, the Lionettes went back to work, determined to get the edge. While the girls did score a few more points, they didn't win a set, and in the end, it wasn't enough to close the gap between Rockwall and them. However, Coach Weibel is sure they'll have their revenge.
I'm glad we'll get to see them again. We did not come out with our best foot forward, and we're ready to have another matchup. But right now, we're going strong.
Captain Maddie Mead also had some regrets.
It went well. We just have a problem with executing. But all in all, we played hard. We hustled. We did everything we needed to do.
Coach Weibel, the varsity assistant for the past 5 years, has been able to pick up as head coach with relative ease.
It doesn't really feel that different because I've been here for a while, so it's just kind of a different title, a different role, and we haven't really strayed away from, the program as a whole being McKinney High volleyball.
The students are also glad to have a permanent head coach.
I think it's a lot less tension. There was so much questioning, and now that it's kind of all said and done, it's good to be able to settle down.
Practices will begin to focus on becoming more competitive.
We are working on passing, having perfect passes. Serving is very key. We have found that out in the last couple of games. The girls have a lot of heart. There are times where we have a little bit of tension, but it's only because everybody wants to do their best and everybody wants to be the best. It's just, if we can all be on the same page at the same time, we're going to have great success.
This has been Andrew Wilson reporting for MHS1.
That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Thanks, Mallory. This summer, construction took place for a new attraction that's hitting North Texas. Jamie Weiss, Devin McGuire, and Jordan Mordecai have the inside scoop on what is Hydrus.
As the school year is beginning and summer is getting farther away, more and more people are looking for a place where they can recapture their summer paradise. So we turned to Hydros Wake Park in Allen, where we learned about the new craze hitting McKinney High School, wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding. It's kind of like, you know, there was skiing and snowboarding, and then now there's skiing and water skiing, you know, all that stuff. And then now the new sport, wakeboarding, which is a one board, it's a two-directional type of wakeboard. And it's like snowboarding, but behind a boat. That's where it first started, and now it's on cables, and hopefully one day it'll go into the Olympics. Well, actually, it's nominated to go into the Olympics 2020.
The sport of wakeboarding is normally found on lakes, such as Texoma, Lavon, and Louisville. With the opening of Hydros Wake Park in Allen, wakeboarding will become more affordable and popular. So we asked owner Chad Lacert, what is Hydros?
Hydros Wake Park is a cable wakeboard facility in Allen, Texas. It was just opening this month, September 19th. We're really looking forward to hosting a new event called the Monster Triple Crown. We're bringing in the top wakeboarders in the country this weekend, starting on the 16th and 17th.
The Triple Crown wake competition this is the last stop of the Triple Crown. We've been to Canada, we've been to Tampa, Florida, and now we're here in Dallas, Texas. It's the last stop. It's one of the biggest events of the year for cable wakeboarding.
Besides competitions, Hydros has a variety of things to offer.
Hydros Wake Park is going to be open to the public. We're going to create wakeboard leagues for different kids around the Metroplex through high schools. Similar to a football teams, we're going to create wake teams. So each high school has their own teams to compete and have their own event for the kids that like to wakeboard. The Hydros audience is anybody from 8 to 80. We really cater to everybody. I brought out some people the other day, and you know, the whole family had never wakeboarded before, and the entire family was able to get up and wakeboard, and they all had a great time.
Unlike traditional wakeboarding, Hydros is run completely on cables.
They work by overhead suspension, connected by a motor tower that pulls up to 6 cable riders at the same time. High schoolers, if you've never experienced wakeboarding and don't know a friend with a boat, I would recommend everybody coming out here and at least trying it once. We're pretty sure we can get anybody up and wakeboarding at this place.
This has been Jamie Weiss, Devin McGuire, and Jordan Mordecai, reporting for MHS1.
There you go. Good job.
No.
Well, that's all we have for you today. For more news,
visit www.mainstreamnews.com.
So remember, if it's news
and it's at McKinney High School,
it's MHS1.